No, you can't do it like this because then you're pointing it at the... Alright, man. Whatever you say. Let's see what I... Oh, actually, that was really good. Bring that wheel over here, I'll stand it. Okay. Raise the thing. It's a running joke on this channel, T. Wide body everything, and we bag everything.
If you didn't see this coming,
I don't know what you were expecting.
What's wrong with you? That's the real question.
What are you doing?
What's wrong with you?
It's here.
I mean, did you really expect this to not happen? Did you think just because it was an RX-7 that we would keep it on that static life? No, baby. We're going to be installing some bags on the RX-7, and this is gonna be kind of like a half install, kind of half not. I'm partnering up with AccuAir to do some special stuff on this car. They have a new project releasing that we're gonna be using for management. You may be asking, how are you gonna make these bags work without management? Well, today we're gonna show you how we're gonna do that, and we're gonna display these new universal air struts that were sent out. This is probably the highest quality strut I have ever seen.
Oh, it's literally universal air. I thought
Yeah,
you were using the term universal.
It's literally called universal air.
Oh, that's the name of it. Hey, that's pretty. These have been here for like months. The RX-7 wasn't ready.
We've had these bags sitting in the shop for a very long time, but
Mystery box.
we've never done it. We've never taken them out. We've never shown them yet because this was a secret that we were waiting to do. But now it's finally ready. So let's just take a look at these bags because, like I said, this is the nicest strut I have seen. They've always sent out some goodies, some stickers, some nice stuff. These lines on here was one of the first things that I noticed. In the past, when I've gotten struts, you'd have to attach the airline by yourself and make the fittings and make sure they're snug and all that stuff. This actually comes already on the bag, which is pretty cool. And rather than just using a simple airline that you'd run throughout the car, it comes with this much more heavy duty airline hose that's already hooked up. And it has a mounting bracket, which is pretty cool. I don't know if that's gonna fit somewhere on the RX-7 or if this is like a universal bracket that they just provide with all the struts. I wouldn't know because this is my first set from them. But this is a pretty cool added feature and really shows the quality of this strut. I've never seen that before, and that's pretty awesome.
Okay. I want to point this out. This is my favorite little tidbit. On the top hat, there's a thick piece of rubber. Usually you get like a thin piece of rubber paper just to reduce noise, but this is sound dampening.
Yeah, on my car and on Calvin's car and on Evan's car, we're all running air on all of our cars, and something that you'll always get like a weird squeak or rubbing noise. This little piece right here is gonna reduce that greatly. Getting the front strut out is relatively easy. What? Oh my God. Now, when we slide in the new strut, it's really important to make sure that you remove both the A-arm bolts. That makes it super easy because you have to like slide it in through the A-arm and then get your lower bolt and then slide it on top of it. It's actually a little bit different than what we've seen in the past. We put some blue tape up here just to protect the paint for the time being. We're gonna be using some Downstar dress-up hardware on top of these bolts, so that's pretty cool. I have a whole kit from Downstar for the RX-7, so I'm pretty excited about that. Like, just barely lower it though.
Don't go zooming in.
Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at it on camera, you might need just a little more oomph.
We're gonna do a temporary air management solution here. It's by no means you should do this at all ever. Mickey made this little mod where you put a T-joint with a threaded NPT, 3/8 NPT, and he put a Schrader valve on it. So when we fill this up, it fills both bags up. If you follow the lines here, it'll fill up the bags. This is temporary. Do not think that this is okay, because if you connect both sides of the bags to the same hole, what'll happen when you turn is one will compress and fill the other bag up.
I didn't think about that, really?
When I did my bags for my beers, yeah, I was like doing it on a budget. So I was like, can't I save money putting lines in? So I looked it up and I saw a video, and when you turn, it just goes whoop.
What's happening is rather than running a management system for now, we're just hooking both the lines up to a tied air system. Get our compressed air tank, and we have a little fitting that will fit on that, and we'll fill this up. When it does that, it will raise the bags up manually. Now you may be asking, why would we do this, or why are we doing this? Why don't you just wait for the management system? It allows us to install the bags now and still have the car be functional, meaning that like we can still roll it around. We're gonna need to go to HRE here pretty soon to do 3D scanning of our wheel wells so we can get wheel measurements. The car is still still mobile, but by no means do you ever drive on this or should ever even consider doing it. This is literally just to have it roll around in the shop and so we can see it lay frame.
Look at this.
This one's literally super easy.
There's 3 of them.
Damn, that's gonna be super easy. Started to put back some of this interior a little bit, just piecing it back together. This is all the stuff that we cleaned prior, probably like a week ago. But this is super easy. We're gonna move the top 3 nuts up top, and then we'll move that one little control arm bolt, and it should literally just pop right out. Makes our job super easy, boy.
Don't say it.
Can I please tell him?
No.
Can I tell him?
No.
I need.
You have a secret that you can't tell. Not for.
We have too many secrets.
What's the date today? The 20 something?
Like, what about the secret that we're going to on Sunday?
That's a secret. We have two major secrets, and they have to be. It's not a secret anymore, Teach. If you tell them the secret.
Home of the kangaroos. Actually, it wouldn't be. That was actually an insult.
You just insulted them.
I'll see you boys on the other side of the world here pretty soon.
Stop!
What?
Stop!
Alright. This is a really interesting design. The bolt that is used as like the lower control arm, or the bolt that like goes into the lower of the shock tower, is connected to the sway bar in the back. So you have the sway bar, and then you have like this mini end link right here, and that end link has a bolt connected to it. And you take off the nut, and then this like end link pivots back, and that pulls the bolt out of the rear strut. Damn, RX-7 rear struts, easy as fuck. Now that both rear struts are in, we're gonna get the air hoses that come off the struts, both these air lines that come off the struts, and temporarily just kind of zip tie them to the back of the car.
No, you don't need to do that, buddy. I got you.
What are you gonna do?
Just watch my memes. Just watch my memes.
Make a line of connection from here to the straighter valve, and then all we have to do is add air, and the car should work. And we have our front and rear setup temporarily working. I see you just eliminating all needs for zip ties. The heights might be off, and for those who aren't that familiar with bags, bags work technically just like coilovers. I'm gonna call them coils for now. You set your height on your coils and you lower the car. And then within that setting, the bags can lower and raise. Calvin's getting mad because I'm not using his terminology, but for the most part, you should understand. You have a window of movement from as low as you can go, from as high as you can go, and your coil height is right in the middle. When we do this, it might be too high or it might be too low, but we'll have to change that in the future if need be. I did a really bad job at explaining that, I think. Let's put the front bumper on and the hood on. I want to see how low the front bumper sits. The front bumper has to go on. It's been decided. The people have spoken. The top comment has risen. Top comment says, put the front bumper on the car. Everything's fitted together pretty loosely right now. We're not gonna be too rough with it. Like, we don't really have the bumper all the way bolted in. The hood isn't centered or bolted all the way in. But we wanted to do this to get a better representation of what the car will look like when it's down on the ground. And this is actually the first time I've put the hood on the car and I've looked at it. We're leaving the front right fender off of the car just so we can get an idea of how low we're actually going. Like if we're hitting frame at all. Because that's usually the goal. When you air out, you want the wheel to be sitting on the frame because that's the lowest the car could physically go. All right, so we're gonna lower the back end first and see how low it goes. Oh, that is so awesome.
No, there's weight on it.
All right, so that's as low as the rear is gonna go, which is probably not enough. There's still quite a bit of room up there. So that's what I was referring to earlier. The coil height can be set lower because at our lowest point in the bags, it still doesn't sit high enough. So later we'll go on and fix that when we do our actual like final nut and bolt in the car. Like when we get our management, we'll redo it. For the front, my guess is the front's gonna be the same then. Front doesn't have that much weight on it, so I'm actually gonna have to go and push on it and we'll see it go down a little bit. Oh, lane frame. Got it. The bags need a force of about 300 pounds to air out all the way. I just stood on the subframe and then Evan pushed down on the fender well.
You can adjust the coil over to go lower.
No, but I'm sitting on the frame.
No, you're not.
Am I still shallow?
Yeah, you can go lower.
We're gonna do the back.
Oh my God, I can.
Go.
Okay.
Half inch.
That's pretty cool. Now we know how low we can go in the front.
Go lower.
Now imagine with those RE lights in there. Damn.
And I'm feeling